Welcome to the 2-Minute Sit Rep. So I thought today I would talk about the Iowa Caucus, which is going to be held on February 1st of this year. The Iowa Caucus is the first contest for the presidential nomination of 2016. So a caucus works a little different than a primary. Today we're just going to be talking about a caucus. Now in Iowa, both the Republicans and the Democrats have a caucus on the same day. And the process is slightly different for the two parties, but this is basically how it goes. Now, for the Republicans, what will happen is they will gather at one of over 1,600 precinct locations throughout the state. Some of these will be churches, libraries, public buildings, etc. What will happen is at the caucus site, each candidate will have a representative present who will give a speech on his or her behalf. After all the speeches are given, the people in attendance will vote. Now, you can change your allegiance during the voting process if you wish. Those votes are then tallied up and broadcast to the Republican State Party of Iowa for publication. And that's how that's going to work. Now, for the Democrats, it's a slightly different process. So the Democrats will gather at different precincts with the same number, over 1,600. And what will happen is people will line up in groups in different parts of the room for the candidate they support. Now, if your candidate does not meet 15% value, then you have to either select a different candidate that meets the 15% threshold, or you cannot participate. At that point, the votes are then tallied up and submitted to the Iowa State Democratic Party for publication as well. And that's pretty much how the caucus process works. Now, in Iowa, on the Democrat side, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders are locked in a very, very, very close race. I actually think Bernie Sanders will just barely eke it out based on the fact that the third candidate, Martin O'Malley, is pulling well below 15%, and many of his supporters see Sanders as their second choice. Now, on the Republican side, the first place is going to be between Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. I actually think Donald Trump is going to win, and it's going to be by a very, very narrow percentage. Now, for Cruz will place second. Now, for third place, I actually think it will be probably Marco Rubio. And then the fourth place finish, I actually am picking a bit of a shocker. I think Rand Paul will place fourth and actually come pretty close to placing third. He has a great campaign in place among college students, and I think that he's going to do better than expected. So that's how the Iowa caucus works, and that's all for now. Stay tuned for the next 2-Minute Sit Rep.